So, is anybody going to say something to stop this?
Let them fight.
You could not tell me that you couldn't see this as being something that was inevitable. Why? Because we all saw this and called it early. And the reason for that was because if you pit one ego against another ego, those egos are eventually gonna clash. Trump and Musk, Musk and Trump. You know that Trump has been absolutely quiet. The man even went AWOL for a couple of days. And in that time, Elon's just been messaging over and over and over at his absolute sheer disappointment in this bill, this big, beautiful bill. He doesn't want it to pass. In fact, he's been spending a lot of time calling for different people in Congress to just shoot the bill down completely. Some people, like myself, are saying it's because of the EV mandate. He says it's not. He's just being a patriot, wants freedom for everyone. He thinks this is going to be to the detriment of the country. If you really think about it, it's not. But Elon remains just messaging about this. Now, so we all saw his most recent message where he said, call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Kill the bill. Do you read that? We all know how Elon's mind thinks. We know what his next post is going to be. Of course, it has to be a poster of Kill Bill. Trump inevitably couldn't hold it anymore, so he responded with something a little bit passive, just kind of retweeted Elon. We all went to bed. That was it.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
Come to find out today now, not only has the beef continued, it has escalated. They're tweeting at each other and truthing at the same time. And if you know anything about these two, they love speaking to their audience through social media. Trump will be up at 3 a.m. in the morning with some new message of how he feels about whatever subject he feels about at that particular time. Whereas Elon, because he has such a large following, everything he says and does is amplified times 100. All of this is all Elon, where he's reposting people that have been calling Donald Trump out. Where it says Donald Trump in 2013, I cannot believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I am a Republican and I'm embarrassed. Where in 2012, Donald Trump was saying, no member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if our country's budget is not balanced. Deficits not allowed. And then, of course, there was another post by Elon saying, remember this.
Call yet? They said, no, sir. The next day, what about Elon? Did he call? He never even mentioned it to me, never complained. Until this moment, I'm just bringing it up. Who would do that? Yeah. He has never asked me for a thing. And he's built this great company, and he shouldn't be penalized because he's a patriot. He's an incredible patriot. And I don't even know if he's a Republican. I really don't.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
And with all that said, if it just stopped there, it would have been fine. It didn't stop there. Elon went on a tirade, message after message, repost after repost. Here he quote tweets Rand Paul. Last year in my Festivus report, I exposed that in 2024 alone, Americans paid $892 billion in interest. That's 10% of the entire federal budget gone, not for bridges, schools, or healthcare, just to keep the creditors at bay. And Elon then said, and the big ugly spending bill will make things much worse.
Well, this is awkward.
And then to be fair, he just kept on going with this exact same notion about the big spending bill over and over and over. Message after message after message. Fine. So up until that point, it was really just Elon saying that he's been consistent about wanting to keep the deficit down. And then Trump responded.
Why would you do that?
Stating, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy. I guarantee you the only thing Elon heard in that was the part where he says he just went crazy. Because after that, Elon's response was basically, oh, so I'm crazy, am I? Okay.
And then he had us.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Because now it starts to get personal. Trump, when he was talking to the German chancellor, he mentions that, you remember how Elon had that little black eye that he says he got from his son? So Trump starts talking about how he offered him makeup.
You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk. And even with the black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup. But he said, no, I don't think so, which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk.
But y'all know what we say about egos. It won't stop until it's bruised.
Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars, and it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, he became a little bit different, and I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody, and he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
And Mr. President, did he, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office, and he's got nice offices too. But there's something about this one. I was telling the Chancellor, this is where it is. People come in here, even from Germany. They come in and they walk into the Oval Office, and it's just a special place. It's, you know, World War I, it started and it ended here, and World War II, and so many other things. Everything big comes right from this beautiful space. It's now much more beautiful than it was 6 months ago. A lot of good things are happening in this room. And I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it, but we have it with others too. They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone, the whole world is different, and they become hostile.
I swear, just one part.
Which I'm sure you can get very easily. It's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next.
You have no idea. Elon sees that now. He misses the place. He has Trump derangement syndrome. He wants his EV mandates back. That this is all really business to him because he's losing billions of dollars in EV mandates because Trump wants hybrids, gas cars, and then he wants electric. He wants to sell everything. And then also you heard the part where he said he's disappointed in him. He's very disappointed in Elon. So Elon drops the bomb. I didn't call it a bomb. He called it a bomb. Elon responds with, time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not made it public. Have a nice day, DJT. Donald J. Trump. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out.
Oh, shit.
I venture to say, no, it won't. The truth won't be coming out. Why? Because Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, they're the ones that have that. And as long as they remain loyalists, those files aren't going anywhere. So Trump once again responds, but this time now he's using his own platform to then talk to Elon or talk about him. Here he says, I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This was one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, and the biggest tax cut ever given. If this bill doesn't pass, there will be a 68% tax increase and things far worse than that. I didn't create this mess. I'm just here to fix it. This puts our country on a path of greatness. Make America great again. Hold on, wait, there's more, because Trump then escalates things and then takes a shot directly at Elon, especially with that whole Epstein comment. Who didn't see this coming? We want to start talking about saving money, right? And Elon wants to start talking about saving money. Well, Trump says, well, you know what the easiest way to save money is? Come on, let me show you. Donald Trump said the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it.
Damn!
Oh, shit.
SpaceX, Starlink, Neuralink, Tesla, and X. But some of those are held up by government subsidies. Do you understand this? Threatening the man's company is threatening his livelihood. And since then, the stock, since Donald posted that, one thing I'll give Donald, he knows how to play the stock market. Boy, you know how to play the damn stock market, because Tesla, if you saw Tesla stock today, what happened? Tesla stock took a dip. At one point, it even dipped as low as about 17% just off that comment alone. Elon said, hey, if you want to make things personal, yeah, you ain't getting those files, because he's on them. And Donald said, okay, you really want to make things personal. Fine. How about we just cut your little money off? And I'm just here to say, I'm here for it. And since this time, all Elon's really done is just constant post after post after post of everything in regards to the Epstein files and Trump. From groping to the tax cuts, he's consistently reposted everyone that has held his back so far, and even asking this last question. Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? Almost 3 million votes. Oh, and by the way, apparently Doge, the members, like big balls, when they left the office in Washington, they left it littered with cockroaches and drugs. Make of that what you will. Anyways, that's all I got for now. Leave your comments in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you again on the next one. Be easy, y'all.